Welcome, everybody. John Zager. Good morning. How is everybody? Beautiful, beautiful day here in Colorado. There's kind of some morning clouds that are moving off to the east. They're not really clouds. They're just kind of, maybe they are clouds. I'm not real sure. But it's very, very nice. Got up to the low 80s yesterday, a couple days in a row now. I think it's supposed to do the same thing again today. I'm out in front of my lake. I noticed a fish. Two fish came up. So the bugs are out. That for fly fishermen. All you fly fishermen out there, the bugs are moving around in Colorado on the lower eastern slope. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Means the bugs are probably pretty active up in the mountains as well. I got a topic today. Not by my choice. The universe kind of plunked this one on me, but I haven't thought it all the way through yet, so bear with me. Hey, listen, I want to talk to you about something. I was listening to a podcast program, YouTube program. I guess it comes across as YouTube. It's a pretty somewhat influential program with this guy, right? He gets to interview pretty good people. He interviewed Dr. Joe Dispenza. I thought that was pretty cool. I think he's interviewed some pretty notable people, but he's on like once a week, or I don't know. I only run across him once a week. I was looking at his numbers yesterday, and this is kind of a good thing for me. There's another fish that came up. He only had like 47 viewers, because he was live, right? He only had like 47 viewers. And I said to myself, well, I'm not YouTube, because I don't have enough storage space in my phone to be YouTube. If I had a bigger phone, with more gigabyte, then I would be doing all of these on YouTube, I guess. But anyway, he only had 47 people. There's that fish. Another fish came up over there. Wow, there must be a hatch out on the lake. So, I'm getting 60-some views per day. Now, that's big difference. I mean, he's on YouTube. He's a big famous guy. He goes live and everybody tunes in. Well, I'm just about ready to say I'll match you, because I think if I was on YouTube and if you go live, then, it starts sending out this little thing to all the people that you're live, and then they kind of come and tune in and everything. Anyway, I thought it was kind of a good deal towards the progress that I'm making. It's slow progress, but I'm making progress, and evidently the topics that I bring up are not turning people away. So I went back to my old coffee mug made out of, I guess it's steel. Keeps coffee really hot for a long time. So the universe sometimes changes things for us. Sometimes we're taught in our program, or just, I don't know, for whatever reason, we decide we have an intention. You want to be or succeed or achieve or obtain or whatever the case might be. If you are sick, you want to be well. If you are in lack, you want to have abundance. If you have no career, you would like to have a career. If you're not in a relationship, maybe you'd like to have a relationship. If you're driving an old truck, maybe you'd like to have a new truck. If you're living outdoors and you'd like to live indoors, you might have that as an intention. So the point is that sometimes the universe hears, and the universe always hears exactly what your intention is. Never fails. Trust me, it's being heard. And the universe might say, nah, that's not right for you. So when you're, follow me on this now, when you're doing your meditations, and gosh darn, you guys, do your meditations. They're so important, so important. You might even visualize or picture you in your intention already arrived. Right? And you're in, boy, there's a lot of fish out here jumping. But you're very clear with what you want, how you want it, what it's supposed to look like, what block that house, what block and does the house that you want, what street is it on, exactly what kind of truck is it that you want. How much money did you need exactly? Could you tell me that one more time? Let me get it. So the universe might think differently than you. When you think, I'd like to have, I don't know what people think about with money, $5 million. Well, the universe might say, I think financial security is probably more important for you. And financial security for you in your life might be nothing more than living on $32,000 a year. That might be very comfortable for you. Follow me? So the universe comes back with your intention viewed differently. The California-style home in the Upper Plush subdivision may end up being a cottage down by the park. The beach house might end up being, a townhouse somewhere, an apartment, a condo. Yeah? The truck you're driving. Guess what, you guys? It might be that truck just gets mechanically put together in a manner that it'll run for another 5 years or 50,000 miles. See what I'm saying? So what we're visualizing, what we're intending, what the picture looks like, it's not always going to be what the universe gives back to us. Will we get something back from the universe? Absolutely, in a manner that is right for you. If you have a physical disease, you might get a healing. Right? You might get a more detailed program to heal yourself. And it takes a little while longer, and you have to do a little more work to achieve the end result of being disease-free. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So we need to pay attention to our desires. We want to think as big as we possibly can think and be as detailed and technical as we want to be about our intentions. But understand, they may not come back exactly in that manner. So, here's an example. Maybe not a great example, but I'm going to use it anyway. So I've always wanted to live down on the salt, right? And of course I envision nice white sand, flats, coral, shallows, bonefish permit, tarpon, a little technical poling skiff, and a cottage. It's kind of a pretty little picture. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a good picture. Not everybody's into that kind of stuff. It happens to be what I'm into because I like fishing, and that was my intention. Obviously, the financial means to go ahead and do that. A couple years back, this is interesting. A couple years back, I got it. I received it. I was on a trip in the winter time, and I was headed south to go down to the Salt to fish for the winter. And I ended up in this little Texas town on the bay, which actually is, the Gulf. And everywhere around in this quaint little town, it said, instead of houses for sale, it said cottages for sale. They were everything I've ever hoped to have. Things I had never thought about. I didn't realize that houses were built on stilts down close to the ocean, right? Or the Gulf. And they were, and I loved it. I fell in love with it. I thought, wow, that's really cool. I kind of like that. And then I noticed that it didn't have white flats, coral, sand and bonefish, permit, and tarpon, but it had this bay that was like a lake the length of the coast of Texas. I don't know, maybe it went out a half a mile, or I don't know, maybe 3/4 of a mile, and then there was this little sort of island thing that ran out all the way along the coast. And then you were in the ocean or the Gulf. So my bay became the flats. You could actually walk across this half mile or 3/4 of a mile out to these little island, whatever they call them. It just wasn't white sandy beach. It was shallows, and you could catch, drum and redfish and sea trout, all kinds of things on a fly rod. And I said, wow, this is really kind of cool. And I wasn't thinking about anything, my intention. I just happened to be driving in there and fell in love with it. And I have a little Airstream trailer that I take down in the wintertime. And I said, I wonder if there's an RV park like right on this bay Gulf where I can just walk out and fish. And sure enough, there was. Boom. There it was. And I pulled in there and parked, and, that was my place to stay for the winter. And the cost of living was dirt cheap. I mean, I don't have a lot of money, as you all know. And it was affordable. So it was financially secure for me in that the cost of living fit into my meager income and budget. And again, I didn't think anything about it. I just thought, this is really setting up to be a good winter, for me, and I'm looking forward to it. And I guess I'll stop the story now. I mean, I could go on with some more scenarios about even the technical polling skiff. Whew. Boy, you ought to hear that story. But, so, the interesting part was I got thinking about it, and I said, this is everything in my intention. This is everything I meditate for. This is everything I wish for, hope for, pray for, meditate for, blah, 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 blah. It's just in a form that is right for me. Hot coffee, you guys. Boy, get a good thermos cup. And it's in a form that is right for me. Now, it had the weather, it had the humidity, it had the heat. You get to take 2 showers a day. But isn't that about, I don't know, do they call that tropical or subtropical? I don't know. But anyway, it's like everything. And so when you're out there doing your intentions, your meditations, your prayers, understand it may come back and look different than what you have pictured in your mind. Now, here's a part that you may have a little bit of difficulty with. I'm not sure. You don't have to accept what the universe gives you. So if you drive into this little Texas community, it's all of a sudden you realize it's everything that you've thought about, just in a form that is right for me, according to the universe. And you have the choice to stay there, settle down, and live happily ever after, and say thank you, and be grateful. Period. End of story. Go on with your life. Or you can say, it's everything, but I want something more closely to what I've been imagining. You can do that, and you just continue on with your meditation and intentions and visualizations and all that kind of stuff, and you just wait until it comes around again in the future. For me, I mean, this sounds kind of bad, but for me, I did that, and I said, I'm not quite sure. And last winter, I spent the winter up in the Northwest, the very, very tip of Northern California on the coast and Southern Oregon coast. And it offered everything. Again, it just came around and it presented another picture, another opportunity, another possibility of my intention in a manner that is right for me. Okay? So we don't always get our picture that's up on the refrigerator. All right? We just don't always get the picture of what's up on the refrigerator. Here's another part. Sometimes I think I said this 2 days ago. I'm starting to get downloads. Downloads are just the universe communicating with you about stuff that you're working on. And it usually happens after midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, right in there. There's a couple hours where you just wake up, and it could be 12:30 to 2:30. Somewhere in there, you sort of just wake up and you're just bombarded with answers and solutions and information that you've been wanting. It's your subconscious, communicating with you through the universe, and it's very, very cool. But it also sometimes gives you information that you're maybe not wanting to hear. For instance, I don't have a for instance. Some of the stuff you're working on, you may find out that it's not going to be the picture that you had expected. It's time to take some action. And you've not taken any action. We can sit back and think and meditate until the cows come home. But there's a point in time you have a responsibility to take some action in order to make that intention work. I needed to get in my truck and hook up my Airstream and drive south down towards the Gulf in order to have the opportunity to see what was going on. One time I awoke and I was sort of instructed to drive down to an area behind Santa Fe and up in the hills for other reasons, and things happened. I had to actually go do it. I had to drive out to California to find out that there's another opportunity that exists out there. So you have to take some action. And what's happening with these downloads is the universe is saying to you, you need to take some action. You can lay here and meditate, or sit here and meditate, or walk around this lake and meditate until hell freezes over. But it's time for you to take some action. It's time for you to do something. A lot of different ways you could read that. I've got your intention ready for you. Whatever it is your intention is. I don't know. And now it's time for you to go get it. It's here. It's looking for you. It's right over here. You need to go do it. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. I'm getting all kinds of, we'll just call them downloads, even through the daytime, that are instructing me to take some action. I look at the clock and it's 11:22, or it's 1:11. Your angel readings. There's spirits that are around us all the time, and some are our personal spirits trying to guide us through our lives. And they give you all kinds of information. Probably 90% of it we're oblivious to. We're oblivious to probably 90% of it. I've been getting up the last 3 mornings going to get my coffee, different locations, get out of the truck, and there's money right there. Penny, quarter, dollar. Huh? What's that about? Well, it just so happens you didn't, by happen chance, park in this spot at this different location and open your truck door and find this dollar bill or this brand new, beautiful, high-end screwdriver or this brand new quarter. You understand? I find quarters, you guys. I find quarters all the time. I have no idea what that means. If anybody knows, please let me know. I'll find a penny rarely. I'll find dimes, a few nickels, but I find quarters. And now I'm into finding $1 bills and $5 bills. I have no idea what that's about. I have no idea what that's about. Please, 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 track me down. Nobody ever tracks me down. Track me down and let me know what that means. So, you start getting signs. Then you start getting downloads. They'll give you signs. The universe will give you signs. The spirits will give you signs. You know, and if you keep missing them, or you blatantly open your door to a sign and you don't try to figure it out, then they're just going to start downloading you at night. Dr. Joe, why don't you answer that question? I sure would like to know why that happens. It's like I'm getting all these signs and I'm not interpreting them correctly, and then all of a sudden I'm just downloaded at night. All kinds of things are happening to me right now, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited. Are they negative? No. Are they scary? No. Are they harmful? No. I'm in a transition. What's Dr. Joe call it? Transformation. You know, all due respect to Dr. Joe, he just doesn't have the patent on words. So I really like to use the same words because they fit. Thank you very much. Are they kind of associated with him? Yeah, absolutely. Does he own them? Absolutely not. So, anyway, but I'm in a period of transformation. And I don't totally get it. I don't understand what's going on. So it's a good thing. It's all good, right? It's all good. Yesterday was a good day. I ended up doing things I had no intention of really doing. I had some enlightenment around some things to get done that I really hadn't planned on. So the universe is directing my course. What is it that I've been processing lately? Plot a course, you know, from Star Trek. I use that quite a bit. And in my meditations in the past week or two, I've been very specifically asking my subconscious to plot a course for my financial security, which includes, hopefully, housing. You know, it'd be nice to be indoors. So that's all very cool. Maybe it's actually materializing. So I'm excited about it. I'm manifesting what I've been meditating for. Anyway, I must be over my minute for today. So, anyway, it's a beautiful day here today. It's already warmed up a lot. I'm sitting in the sun and I'm not liking it, so I'm going to stop and go on with my day. I've got lots of fun things to do and exciting things to do. Hope you guys do as well. And God bless everybody. Take care of one another. And I look forward to talking to you all again real soon. See you. Bye.